Hey guys, Pete Coolis here. So in this video, I'm going to unveil some tips, some tricks, some strategies, and just some general insights that you will want to listen to if you want to really crush it in 2020 with your Amazon business. Now, if you've never heard of me before, I basically run an Amazon agency where we conduct product launches for 6, 7, and 8-figure clients. And this is just a couple examples I want to show you right here before we get started, just to show you some of the results that we're able to pull off. Now, I can promise you this isn't going to be a big, long sales video. I'm actually going to be teaching you some strategies and some tips, some tricks, and just things that we are implementing into our business as we speak right now. So you want to stay tuned for that. But I just want to quickly show you kind of what we're able to do. And our strategies are very different from what the rest of the herd tries to do. And that's why I believe our results are a lot different than other people. So here's a brand new product that was just launched on November 18th of 2019. And as you can see, it has pretty much no rankings at all. Here was the finishing point on December 8th. So we have 5 keywords in the top 10. We have 8 in the top 50. Here's another product that we launched on the very same date in a totally different category. Very competitive product, as you can see by the search volume of those keywords. So as you can see, it was listed and it has 0 ranking, absolutely no ranking at all. And then on December 8th of 2019, okay, we're ranking extremely highly for a lot of incredibly good keywords, right? Number 1 for an 18,000 per month word. Lots of good depth of ranking. 6 in the top 10. And again, I'm not showing you all this to brag. I'm just showing you this to get you to know that we kind of know what we're doing, and we do this all day, every day. Product number 3, same thing, very competitive category, 0 rankings on that November 18th date. Okay, we fast forward and we have 8 in the top 10, we have 10 in the top 50, and things are looking pretty good again for that product. So what I want to kind of get into here on this video is to show you where I believe most people are going wrong with their product launches, what we are doing to correct these things that people are doing wrong, and then sort of I'm going to give you my end all view of this year in terms of selling on Amazon in general, what you should be focusing on, and where I believe the tides are going to be turning. Number 1 is people think that it's sort of a simple math equation when they're going out there and conducting a launch. It's like, hey, I need to give away X amount of units over X amount of days, and then I'm going to be ranked to page 1. That's what all these softwares are telling me. So that must be all that I have to do. Now let me just go ahead and show you real quick an example. So if I hop over into Helium 10 here, and I believe Helium 10 is the best software to be doing all the keyword research, pretty much everything that you need to do for Amazon in general. You can see that I typed in a search phrase on the Helium 10 magnet keyword research tool called Garment Steamer, and that's a product, as you may know. It's one of those little handheld steamers. So basically what you want to do is you want to type that in, you want to click this little search volume button right here and sort it by search volume. Now this is generally how the majority of people do their keyword research for their product, or they figure out which keywords they want to be targeting for their product launch, etc. They just kind of take this really broad approach with no real structure to how they're choosing their keywords to be targeted. So as you can see, we have steamer for clothes. Most people think, hey, that's a great keyword. It gets 53,000 per month in search volume. So wow, that must be an amazing keyword to target. Or clothes steamer or steam iron or any of these keywords. But I'm here to show you that I like to take a much more dialed in, sort of focused approach to keyword targeting for our launches. So let me go ahead and give you some insight on what exactly that we do when we're going out there to figure this out. So really what we like to do, guys, is if we go over here to Amazon, we type in garment steamer, we get all the best-selling garment steamers to pop up here on the page. And then what you're going to want to do is come up here to the Helium 10 Chrome extension and just hit the X-ray. So what this is going to do is give us a bunch of valuable data, and we got to let this load up a little bit here. We'll sort it by revenue. And basically this is a strategy that I teach my students and clients. It works very well. And what the strategy involves is, instead of just going over to the Helium 10 magnet tool and doing that loosey-goosey sort of keyword targeting that I was referencing, we want to be a lot more focused, okay? We want to be a lot more focused based on what exact product we're selling, the price, the everything like that, how much we actually have in inventory, how much we can afford to sell for or order for our second order, right? There's a lot of other factors that go into choosing keywords to get ranked for that go far beyond just, hey, how much search volume does this word have? As you can see, we have the data pulled up right now. So again, I'm not really focused on these guys up here that are selling almost $1 million a month in revenue. Okay, I'm not really concerned with these people because they are sort of up there, and that's going to be beyond what our goals are going to be coming out of the gate. I'm going to be more focused on these guys down here in this sort of range, okay, for our sort of strategic action plan for the product launch, because this is going to be a much more realistic way to go about things, a much more affordable way to go about things. And look, it doesn't really matter if you have a huge budget or a small budget. Oftentimes it is just a much better business, smarter business, more efficient cash flow to be implementing and focusing your attention more on these sort of products right here as opposed to the guys way up here, because these guys are most likely very established. Look, they're selling 37,000 units per month, and you have to factor that into your second order, your current inventory on Amazon. I mean, even if you were to go out there and sort of try to mimic that guy right there, you wouldn't even be able to sustain that for more than like 2 hours because you would run out of inventory. So it's just not a realistic way to go about it. So what we want to do is come down here. Now let's say the steamer that we're sourcing overseas, or maybe it's in the USA, looks exactly like this product, has the same exact weight as this product, everything like that. Okay, we're going to take this ASIN right here, Control C, and instead of using the magnet tool, we're actually going to use the Cerebro tool, which is a reverse ASIN lookup to see exactly which keywords this product is ranking for. All right, so here we go with the Cerebro. I copy and pasted the ASIN in there, and I'm going to click this exact match and hit get keywords. Now let's let this do its thing for a minute, but in order to get a truly really accurate representation where you're leaving no stone unturned, I like to copy and paste 3 to 5 ASINs instead of just one of products that are hyper identical to the one that we are selling, and reverse engineer from that way, okay? So the first thing you want to do is click this search volume tab right here. All right, so we have it sorted by search volume, and now what we want to do is look and pay attention to this organic rank column, all right? So if we basically want to take the words that are with 1 through 15, because we can safely assume that's on page 1. If it's 15 organic or lower, we want to just make a mental note of those words. Steamer for clothes. Now this is sort of the main keyword for this product in terms of search volume, and the product is ranking number 15, which is quite good. But again, I'm going to keep going down the list here. I only want to see 1 through 15. Travel steamer, number 8. Okay, this would be a great keyword, a much more manageable keyword to go out there and target. Still gets a ton of search volume, very low competition with the competing products, only 609 competing products. That's very, very minimal. Okay, let's keep going down the list here. Here's number 11. Okay, that's a Spanish variation of a steamer, I would assume. So look, isn't that crazy? A Spanish variation of a travel steamer gets almost 5,000 per month in search volume. Would you have ever known that, right? Isn't that crazy? Now, you probably wouldn't have found that word just using the Helium-10 magnet tool. Now, maybe you would have, but I'm not quite sure. Look, that only 232 competing products with almost a 5,000 per month search volume. Now that is some low hanging fruit right there. Here we go, number 10 here on Organically, hand steamer. Again, another amazing word, almost 4,000 here. Very low competition, 88 in terms of the CPR 8-day giveaways. And if you don't know what this is right here, this is basically Helium-10's estimate on how many units it's going to take for you to sell over an 8-day period of time in order to rank on page 1. And that's what I was hinting at over here as well, now that we're on this topic. Even though those are sometimes some decent numbers to go off of, it is a lot more goes into it than that. It's not just a simple math equation of, hey, if I give X over X, I'm going to get this result. Okay, there's a lot more things that go into it. I hope you can see that based on what I'm showing you right here, is we can get a much more laser targeted idea and keyword list that we want to be focusing on for the product. 2,200, much less competition for the keyword. Now, to me, this is a much more accurate way to go about doing keyword research for your product and finding keywords to rank for your product, as opposed to just taking the broad magnet approach right here. Take that for what it is. That's what we like to do, and I believe that you should probably be doing it yourself. Now let's move on to the number 2 reason, or number 2 area where I see people sort of going wrong, and that is undisciplined keyword targeting. And I just went over that. I kind of got ahead of myself, and I literally just showed you exactly how you can remedy that, very, very easily by using the Helium-10 Cerebro tool and doing a reverse ASIN lookup on your very, very focused competitor who is selling around the same amount of units that you can actually afford to be ordering, right? I hope that makes perfect sense. I refer to that approach as the mimic system. Number 3 is one traffic source. So I see everybody PPC only launches, or only doing Facebook, or only doing email. I want to just tell you that diversity of traffic sources is definitely going to be a strategy that you want to implement. You want to be doing Facebook. You want to be doing PPC at some point in your launch. You want to be implementing other social media outlets as well, just maybe organically through your brand, through an organic post, maybe using an influencer on YouTube or Instagram or anything like that. The more prongs and levers that you can throw at Amazon's direction, 9 times out of 10, that's going to be beneficial for you. So this right here also ties back into it's not a simple 2 + 2 equation where you just give away this amount of units. Customer must be buying the product in the proper way. Okay, super URLs do not work as well as they used to work, and I'm just going to say that right now. The reason I can say that with very good clarity is just because we run so many product launches on a month-to-month basis that, we can just confirm this. We test this night and day. What you want to be doing is switching over to an organic way of buying. The more real the sale, that appears in Amazon's eyes, the greater that an impact that it's going to have, and that's just undeniable right now. Okay, here's a big one right here, and it's relying on deep discount coupon codes and just doing like 90% off coupons, and also using these platforms like Rebate Key and these other sort of big launch platforms. Again, I have nothing bad to say about any of these companies or anything, absolutely nothing bad. It's just sort of the way it is, guys, is when a million people are all doing the same exact thing, the results are going to be watered down. They're not going to be great. I mean, that's just kind of the way it works. And I don't care what business it is or what you're doing. If literally you're doing the same thing as your competitor and your competitor's doing the same thing as that competitor, the results are not going to be optimal, and they're going to be greatly watered down over time. So if you're relying on these rebate keys, and I'm not going to name other company names because I'm not here to throw anybody under the bus. If you really want to succeed with your product launch in 2020 and pull off some great rankings and pull off some great sales, it takes a full-on marketing effort. Treat it like a real business with a full-on marketing campaign that's custom tailored to your product. It's not just, hey, we're going to blast away a whole bunch of giveaways on Facebook and then get a result. It actually does require more than that. There is no cut and paste blueprint that is applicable to every single product in every single category. It really does take a custom tailored approach and a truly dedicated execution with preparation, with everything. So I want to share with you what is working really well right here, right now in 2020, and hopefully you can take away some golden nuggets away from this video. So number 1 is the ability to generate full price sales and not rely on coupons. That should be pretty well known. The coupon codes, the 90% off, the 95% off, they're just not quite what they used to be, and they can actually get your account in trouble if you are doing this way of launching a product. And I've seen it. Amazon will basically say that you're misusing the bestseller feature on their platform, and you can get in trouble for this. So you need to find a way to generate full price sales, whether that be through rebate method or something else. Strategic keyword targeting is winning for us. Focused set of keywords when we're going out there creating our listings, when we're going out there and launching our products. It all fits together, okay? When you're focusing on the same really focused set of keywords. Again, this is a very, very important point. When you're creating the listing, you want those focused set of keywords hammered home. When you are launching, you want to focus on those focused set of keywords. When you turn on your sponsored ads, you want to focus on that same focused set of keywords, so you can basically, at this point, we're training Amazon, communicating to Amazon what our product is relevant for and what we need to be ranking for in the search results. And it's as simple as that. I see a huge mistake I see people making is that they go just so broad. Their listings look like they're made by a robot. Their bullet points are like 7 lines long or deep. They're just jamming as many keywords as humanly possible in there, and I'm here to tell you right now that it doesn't matter. It's not going to have any effect on your overall results. Okay, you want a listing that has great copywriting with your top 10 or so best keywords included in the title and in the bullet points. That is all you need to do. Okay, after that, it's basically you need to have great images, maybe some A+ content, and maybe an enhanced brand content description, and your listing at that point is going to be set. Okay, I'm even noticing that the back end section of your keywords on your product listing is next to useless. All these little things, you need to stop focusing on the stuff that doesn't really pull any of the weight. So here's a big one that I see people going wrong with as well, and what's going to really set you up for a hard uphill climb in the long term. And that is when you're stopping your promotional campaign for your product before organic sales are being made. There is a lag time, admittedly. So there is a lag time when you're running one of these promotional campaigns for your product or the rankings rather, can be a little bit delayed, a few days behind your sales, if that makes any sense. Kind of like how sponsored ads, right? The data doesn't get updated until a couple days later. Kind of similar thing with product rankings is that, and I see people cutting off their launches too early, and basically what ends up happening is they give away a couple hundred units and they stop the launch because according to a software, they were only supposed to give away 200 units over 10 days and they didn't get the result they were looking for, and then they blame it on something else. It needs to be a gradual decrease day by day, and then you slowly taper it off eventually to the point where you cut off the promotions entirely, and now you're just making consistent organic sales plus sponsored ads. Okay, this is what you need to do. I mean, if you were Amazon, put yourself in Amazon's shoes. Would that look a little bit weird if one day you made 50 sales, then the next day you made 1? Traffic sources are going to be what is winning right now. We are experimenting with a lot of different things right now. Snapchat ads that no one is using or talking about. Snapchat ads are crazy cheap and undervalued right now in comparison to what you can get out of them. Everybody's on Facebook. That's why we're experimenting with Snapchat. We're experimenting with a bunch of other multi-layered approaches that involve many different traffic sources, because I'm here to tell you right now that what works right now today is going to be like totally different than what works 6 months from now. And I've just been around this game for long enough now to where I know that to be the truth. Because the reality is it's really hard to constantly be on the cutting edge of what is working on Amazon. It's a reactive business and we are at the mercy at the end of the day of their algorithm. But if we play by the rules and we use our common sense and we have good marketing and we do all the right things, we can generally just stay ahead of the curve. All right, so I'm on Amazon right now for Garment Steamer. I just want to show you something and how rapidly things change and where I see Amazon moving as we go forward here in 2020. As you can see, I typed in Garment Steamer right here. We have a sponsored, one organic listing right here, followed by an entire Amazon choice section, followed by an entire editorial recommendation section, followed by an entire recommended article section, and then we get our second organic listing way down here. So literally our second organic listing is number 12 on the page. So that is what I want you to see. I'm sure you've noticed this, and what I also want to show you is that it's not the same for every keyword. This is the most extreme example right here that we see currently. But if you go over to, let's say, barbecue clause, you will see that we have the headline search, we have 2 sponsoreds, and then we have an Amazon choice section right here after these 2 organic listings. So this one isn't as bad as the other one. Again, it is keyword and search phrase based. And then we can come over here to Jade Roller, where we have 4x4 layout again. And Amazon has sort of changed their algorithm a little bit. I've noticed where they're displaying full results now on a lot of the pages. And we have editorial recommendations right here, recommended articles down here, keyword based on what sort of page layout you're going to get, category based. And in terms of the Amazon choice section, the editorial recommendations, the recommended articles, all these things, they can show up in sort of different places. They're not going to be always in the same exact place. And these are just things to be mindful of, and why I believe that number 1 ranking is going to be even more important than ever, to be ranking near the top, because literally all these organic listings are just kind of getting pushed down right now. And also I believe, having the ability to drive external traffic, build a brand, have a Shopify store with people coming from your store to Amazon, and also being just really good at sponsored ads. Okay, these are going to be game changers in 2020, no doubt about it, because if you are just relying on organic Amazon sales in 2020 for your business, I don't believe that's a good way to be going about it, because I think you're up for a lot of risk and a lot of uncertainty when you are seeing the way the landscape is changing, with Amazon basically manipulating the search results any way they want to. So I believe ranking highly is going to be more important than ever, and sustaining that rank is going to really come down to your ability to drive external traffic and also your ability to run profitable sponsored ads campaigns. Hope you enjoyed this little video. Again, this is sort of an update video on where I believe Amazon is headed, where I still see people going wrong, and how you can solve this for yourself. If you are an established business, if you have an actual brand and products that for sale on Amazon, click the link, the first link in the description right there. I have a free training where I show you exactly how to implement all these things that we just talked about on the video. Please do not click that link if you're a beginner and you don't have a product for selling or anything like that, because it's really not going to be applicable to you. Also, if you wouldn't mind giving this video a like and a subscribe and hit that notification bell, because it really does help the YouTube algorithm with getting the video out there and helping my visibility, I would really appreciate that. I'm thinking about starting a free course on YouTube. As you know, I discontinued my free course that was very popular among a lot of you guys who watch my channel. I did that for, a couple specific reasons, but I am thinking of releasing a couple free courses here on YouTube, okay, where you don't have to opt in or do anything like that, just right here on YouTube for you. And I just want to know exactly what you want to learn in terms of Amazon. I'm thinking Facebook ads, I'm thinking traffic, I'm thinking ranking and all this kind of stuff that I basically center this channel around. But if you have any specific requests of things you want to learn, please drop them in the comment section and I will look at them and respond to your comment. Have an amazing day. Click that link if it makes sense for you, and I'll talk to you later.